Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Dsgnsbyrc, and today I'm going to be showing y'all how I created this liquid RGB text background and also how I created my highlights and shadows on this AJ Brown design. So yeah, let's get straight to it. Okay, now so to start off this design, the first thing we're going to want to do is go ahead and create our text. So the text, doing this is fairly easy. So for the first step, you're going to want to use whatever font you want to create your text. For this example, I'm doing AJ Brown, so I'm just doing his last name. I'm using Integral CF on Demi Bold. So make it fairly big. Yeah, pretty decently big. Put it in the middle. Okay, now once you have your text, position it to where you're gonna want it. I had it up here, and then duplicate your text, click Command J, and then convert it into a smart object. And then just hide the one in the back, keep it as a little backup, and then we're gonna want to go ahead and go to, I'm gonna rasterize this first. So rasterize it, and then go to liquify, and then once you're here, click on this swirl tool, I'm not sure what it's called, and then just hit the text a little bit, make them have this type of wavy type of look to them. Now that you have that, go to your warp tool, and then you're gonna want to go ahead and click and just drag down, and that's what makes the letters have this melted type of look to them. Just do that until they're dragged down all the way till the bottom of the page. That looks good right there to me, so I'm gonna go ahead and click OK. Okay, now you have your text. You're gonna want to first go to blur, Gaussian blur, and then we're gonna add about a 3-pixel blur to it. And then next, go to filter again, go to your blur gallery, and go to your iris blur. You're gonna want to keep the top relatively clear and keep the bottom more like blurred out. So what I do, I just squish it down, make it larger, right? Like make it longer, and then just put this at the top of the text, make it about that, so a little bigger, and then just keep it around there. Yeah, I think around there is good. So click OK. Now you have that. I want to get gradient map. So for my gradient map, I got this. So I made this gray type of color, like a really dark gray color. The hex codes for this is 161616 if you're gonna want to use that. And then for this one, I got the team's main color. I'm doing the Eagles, so it's gonna be 014853 for the Eagles color if you're gonna want to do the Eagles. And then get that same color, and then just make it brighter. So I got it from here and just made it a little brighter. And then keep this one, keep this gradient right here, just keep it white, and that right there should be good. Yeah, right there's good. So this is how it's gonna look. We're not done yet, so duplicate this one, and then the bottom one. What you're gonna want to go ahead and do is go to your blur, go to motion blur, and then you see how that gives it a really cool effect. So just keep your angle at -90, and then distance around 250. And then for this one, what I do is just I bring it down because I don't want it like flooding that top. Keep it around, I have it around there. Just bring it down a little bit, and that right there should be good. So that is gonna be it for the text part or for the background of this design. So okay, so next part is gonna be the player. I'm not gonna go too in depth with this because I have a video on how I do my highlights and shadows on this already. I think it's the video before this one where I show you how I did it. Right now I'm just gonna give a little breakdown on how I did this. It's very simple. I made a black and white layer, clip it onto him. Then I got a color balance, try to match to the background. And then I got a exposure layer, put it negative, so make them darker, and then just deleted the edges to make the edges glow some more, or just brighter. Next part is I added even more shadows, so where I see that the light's not gonna hit very much, I just darkened up those places a lot more. So as you can see, I did the forearm, the jersey, I did some on the jersey, and yeah. Next, I added another exposure layer, but this one's gonna be for highlights. So on this side, since the original picture already had highlights over here, I didn't add too much because yeah, it already had highlights. So I added some highlights on this side, more a bit on the mouth because I think that looked cool. So I made like the teeth brighter, and did I add some? Yeah, I did add a little bit on that visor. So I made this whole right side brighter, some right here under that part where you think the light is gonna hit it, just make the highlights right there. And where you think that light is not gonna be hitting the subject, just make that part darker. Next part, I added a hue and saturation layer and made the color the same color as the background, so like this teal green type of vibe. And then I just made his visor that color. It's a little rough, but it does the job. Next part is gonna be, I added another hue and saturation layer. For this, I added glows and some highlights. So I added glows, I added highlights to around the player, and then after that, I just made the brush bigger with low flow. So what I did is just made the brush around there, zero hardness and low flow, and then just painted in all around, well, not all around, but some around him, and a little bit on that background. So yeah, that is going to be it for the highlights and the player part of this little design. And then for almost the final step of this is I added some textures. So I got this texture from Texture Labs. So you can go to here, you can get Texture Labs, and then here there's a bunch of stuff you can have here, a bunch of free material you could use. Very helpful, very useful. These resources are really cool. There's a lot of stuff you can use here. I would really recommend this for your designs. It's very helpful. And yeah, after that, all I added is some camera raw filter. So that, just create a new layer and then create apply image, and then when a filter, camera raw filter, and as I always do, I go to color and then go to browse, and then I go to modern, and then I look through the ones that I think look good. So for this one, I was debating on using I think it was 1 or 10, and I think I ended up using 10 because it gives it like a, I don't know, it gave it like a softer type of look. This looks really cool, it looks really intense, but I wanted this like softer type of vibe to the whole design, so I added modern 10 to it. And then went to basics, go down to the exposure, I think, and then go to contrast. It's all up to preference and whatever you think looks best to you. Then added a little bit of texture, some clarity, vibrance, and then bring it up to about 10. Make it like some, make it just pop a lot more. And then next I did add some sharpening, so I did, I think, around 15 sharpening, not too much. And then next, color mixer. I didn't mess around with it because I really liked the color that I already had, so I just left that as it was. Color grading I didn't really mess with. And then for the final part is I added some grain. I think I added around, around 30-ish, yeah, 30. And yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for the camera raw filter, and that's gonna be it for the tutorial. So as you can see, it just looks super cool. If you look close to the details, it just, I mean, I really like how this looks. It looks super cool. You can do a lot with this. We can really mess around with this type of text background. So yeah, it's gonna be it for today's video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys liked it, you know. So if you do make a design like this, I would very much appreciate if you would tag me on your posts on Instagram or whatever you posted. I really want to see what you guys do with this. And yeah, guys, so that's gonna be it for today's video. Hope you guys have a good day, and yeah, guys, God bless you all.